Hey, everybody. Welcome live to the Jim Masters Show, live entertainment lifestyle celebrity talk show series. It's so good to see you and you and you. Thanks for joining us on this episode. Yes, a very special episode. Our special guest is coming to us on location from Mexico City, Mexico. That's not where she hails from. She hails from England. You'll hear her beautiful British accent in just a second. However, Marina Aerin Richardson is here, and she is a celebrated author and novelist, and she has penned this very popular, critically acclaimed book. This is terrific. Victoria McKay in the Kingdom of Creatures. And she's joining us here on the Jim Masters Show Live series in just a second from Mexico City. Hey, welcome. Good to have you with us. If this is your first time joining us here on the Jim Masters Show Live series, we welcome you. We thank you for being here. It's always a pleasure to have you here. If you want to comment during the show, you want to interact during the show as well, you can certainly do that during the course of the program. Just subscribe to our YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV. And we're moving some things around in our studio. So we're in sort of like a temporary location right now as we work on some other surprises and cool things that we're doing with the Jim Masters Show Live series. So this is not usually our normal spot, but we are, again, sort of, it's kind of like a newsroom, eyewitness news or whatever. And then they sort of rebuild their sets and do different things. So we're working on a few surprises. So we're in our temporary location right now as we come to you live. We're here in the New York area in the United States, and always a pleasure to have you here. A lot of folks commenting, a lot of people saying hello. So nice to see you, and welcome to the Jim Masters Show Live Entertainment Lifestyle Celebrity Talk Show series. Again, if you do want to comment during the course of the show, feel free to do that. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, and that's Jim Masters TV. And you can comment and say hello to one another, and say hello to us and everybody that's watching all around the world. We have an international audience who watches, supports, and celebrates our Entertainment Lifestyle Celebrity Talk Show series. This is a very special guest as we celebrate the critically acclaimed runaway hit, Victoria McKay in the Kingdom of Creatures by Marina Aerin Richardson. And it's also on audiobook too. I'll tell you a little bit about it. Victoria McKay had the perfect family, a doting mother, a distracted father, and a perfectly adorable daughter named Vicky. Why did mom and dad have to ruin everything by having another baby? Vicky tried to get along with her younger sister, Ashley, but she'd reach her limit after 7 years of insufferable pranks and moaning. And when Vicky shouted in a fit of rage that she wished Ashley would disappear, she fully expected to be sent to bed without supper. She hadn't expected to wake up the following morning to find Ashley no longer existed. Only then did Vicky remember the peculiar furball creature she met in the hospital corridor all those years ago on the day Ashley was born. The creature who'd given Vicky a magic wish, which she accidentally used the night before. Confronted with the horrors of being an only child, Vicky embarks on a race across the country to the mysterious Blackwood of Ranark. There, with the help of Amara, Vicky descends into a hidden realm of magic, monsters, and adventure on a mission to restore her not-so-perfect family. That is just a little bit about this really cool book. Here's another shot of the cover there for you, gang. Yeah, and we have the author, the novelist here, a little bit about the back as well. Let's welcome her as we welcome you direct from On Location in Mexico City, Mexico. Marina is here. Marina, welcome to the show. It's an honor and a pleasure. Nice to have you on the Jim Masters Show.
Thank you so much for having me here.
And we appreciate your coming because I know you're away, and the fact that you're here joining us from beautiful Mexico City, I think that is so nice. And congratulations on this book. I know it's something that has been a labor of love. Tell us what inspired you to write this fantastic novel.
Well, I started writing it in the pandemic. I had always been a fan of writing short stories, but I never quite finished them. And when I was living in California during lockdown, I got a writing tutor called Jane Alvey Harris, who helped me to develop my book into what it is today. And yeah.
What was the writing process like for you too? When you're writing, it takes time and you got to figure out the storyline and create the characters. What was that like for you, for Marina?
Well, it was a very difficult process with lots of ups and downs. Of course, there was some amazing moments and some very low moments. You have to have a lot of perseverance because the writing part is actually the easiest part, I find. It's more the editing part because giving your editor the creative control to alter your book, because it's just so personal to you, it's very hard. And you have to have a lot of perseverance to be able to do that.
Yes, a lot of people say that because you're sort of giving away your baby there. And, a lot of people I've interviewed say that the characters are kind of like their own children. I mean, they feel very close to their characters and they love their characters. How did you come up with the actual storyline itself? It really sounds very engaging and it brings you right in.
Well, I know this sounds very surprising, but I'm not a fan of planning. I like to see how the story develops, how I think would be interesting as the book goes along. And I based most of my characters off of my siblings because my siblings are a very important thing in my life, as well as my family. And they're all a lot older than me, and I based most of my characters off their personalities.
How many siblings do you have?
I have four,
You
and
have
they're
four.
all very much older than me.
So are they brothers, sisters? What's sort of the lineup?
I have one brother and I have three sisters.
Hmm.
So it's a very full house.
Very full. And are any of the others writers as well? Did they have that writing bug?
No, I'm the sole author in my family, but my sisters, they're all very into films, and my sister was in advertising.
Ah, very good. Yes, I've worked in that industry too. That's a great industry to be in. So take us through the character development. Like you said, you sort of played on your family members who were great sources of material. Now, did they know that elements of their personalities were going to be in the book, or was it a surprise when the book was finished?
Well, I like to think of it as it was very natural to use their personalities in my characters. And sometimes they were a combo of different ones, and sometimes they were just little parts of their personality that aren't so obvious. And I don't think that they noticed, but it's very clear once you explain it. So, for
Mm.
example, my character, Mariposa, who is my favorite character in my book, she's the beauty stylist of Victoria McKay. She was mostly based off my older sister. I wrote her to be the most comical character in the book, larger than life, like my older sister.
Very nice. So they all know that elements of the book are about them, right? They're aware of that.
Some of them are because I've told them,
Yeah.
but most of them aren't aware because it's small personalities that I view them as. So little quirks, I guess.
So tell us about Victoria McKay, and the creation of that character. And how do you describe Victoria McKay?
I like One of my most important morals in life is to always be grateful for what you have, for example, your family. And at the beginning of the story, Victoria McKay, she's not very grateful for her sister or her mother or what she does. But as starts to lose her family, she starts to realize how important they are. And that's what I mostly wanted to get across to my readers, because that's one of my most important morals.
That's a really great way to look at it, and that's a terrific way to be. What would you say what do you hope readers are left with? What do you hope that they feel from reading the book? Is there a message overall? Are there lessons to be learned? Are you trying to share something about just everyday living and share a message as well, Marina?
Yes, as I said, one of my messages is to always be grateful for what you have, but it's also about like community and acceptance of other people that might not be just like as like you. So, for example, when she just met Emma, Victoria just met Emma, she immediately welcomed her, and I find that a lot in my family. We're very welcoming, and that's also one of my morals to always be like accepting.
So they really go on a race and a real adventure along the way, huh? That's kind of exciting. I like that. And it was a situation where, you know, a daughter named Vicky, and of course, then the younger sister Ashley. Tell us about that sort of framing and that sort of relationship.
Well, of course, I didn't have a younger sibling, but I mostly based their relationship off what my friends told me or my sisters told me about their memories of me when I was younger. And it's sort of a bit of a more comical play on that. You know how some people tell you, like, oh, my little brother, he just spoiled my favorite dress or my favorite shirt. He's a bit so annoying. Or I love my little sister. She's like a treasure. And it's sort of a play on that, a combo of the two.
But she didn't really necessarily wasn't too thrilled about her being born initially, right? Which happens a lot when you have, the older child and then another one comes along and the older child has had all the attention, all the love, the toys, just the attention and the hugging. And then all of a sudden another child comes into the family and they see the parents and loved ones and others sort of now going towards them and spoiling them a little bit and you know throwing them up in the air and catching them and all those things and hugging them, especially being a child. You're sort of like, what is going on? I thought I was the star. Right? That's kind of like that play on that dynamic of the
Exactly.
new baby is here, who is this person and when are we sending them back home?
Yes, it's exactly like that. And of course, it's also about accepting and and I think of their relationship as a bit like my siblings' relationship before I was born. My the youngest girl besides me and my family is my sister Natalie and my brother John, and how she had to accept him coming into the family. And of course, that's hard, and that's very hard for some people to accept.
You're very right, exactly. Now, we're hearing that absolutely beautiful British accent. I mean, it's one of the greatest accents. Masters, like you and I were chatting before we went live, is British. I'm the fifth of the James, and it goes back to they hail from Yorkshire, and of course, there's the accent and just the whole culture. And but you hail originally from London, right?
Yes.
Now, is that where you make your home, or are you here in the States?
I live in London with my mum and my family, and
Very, very nice.
it's my favorite city in the world. It's my home, and I love it there so much. And I think it's a beautiful place, and that's why I based Victoria McKay to live in London.
Do you get to travel much, either throughout Europe or make visits to America?
Yes, I'm very privileged to be able to travel to different parts of the States. My grandfather, he lives in California, so we visit him quite a lot. And it's just lovely to have like that family all around the world. And it's so interesting to know where your roots come from.
Yes, I agree 100%. And to celebrate them and sharing them as well. Getting back to the book as well, the cover of the book, it's kind of cool. Tell us how you came up with the design of the cover of the book.
I love this type of cover. I based it off some of Karen McCann's books. I don't know if you've ever heard of her.
Yeah,
And
sure.
I love navy blue. I
Yeah.
think it's one of the most interesting, deep, emotional colors in the book. And I had this cover designed by one of the most amazing illustrators I've ever seen in my life. And I love my cover. I think it's amazing, and it includes a lot of the storyline of the book.
You know, it's very ironic. I didn't plan it this way, Marina, but my shirt is navy blue. I know it looks sort of black in certain lighting, but it's actually a dark, deep navy blue. And it's just ironic how that is the way it works. Sometimes things are intuitive and uncanny, right?
Yes, exactly.
Do you
That's
have a
so,
lot of navy blue in your wardrobe closet?
yes, I do. I have a lot. I
Yeah.
love the color.
So, how long did it take to write the book?
It took around 3 years. I
Three
started
years.
writing it when I was around 10. It was sort of juggled between schoolwork and having the time to write and holidays and family time. Because I don't have all the free time in the world, so it took longer than it would have if I had that time.
Exactly right. Yes. So now with that, time that you've had and been able to spend with it, um, how did you know when you were finished? When you said, okay, I'm done. I can walk away with it. We can publish this now. Everything is the way I want it to be. Because some people who write, who are authors, novelists, they'll say, the hardest part for me was getting started, putting the first few words on paper. And then others will say, what was the hardest part for me? Knowing when to finish it, when to end it, when to be done and capped, where I can walk away. And maybe there's a few rewrites that happen, but I can walk away from it and I can say I'm comfortable with it. And then I had somebody say to me, which was very recent, and I've shared it on this show, and I found it fascinating that they said it. They said, "Oh, the hardest part for me was the middle. I knew how it would begin, I knew how I wanted it to end, but to bridge those two together, I found difficult." In the writing process of this incredible book, what was the harder part for you? Beginning, end, middle?
Found it the hardest to end my book. Because as I was writing the middle and the beginning, it just all sort of flowed, and putting my ideas down on paper was just so exciting. And as the book started coming to a close, I started getting so excited about, oh my gosh, this is going to be on my book. This is going to end soon. And so I wrote it a bit too quickly and as not high standard as my first ones. And so you have to keep on writing it and improving it. And of course, it's never going to be perfect, but there's always room for improvement. And that's what I found in the ending of my book to be the hardest.
Yeah, that makes sense too, because sometimes when it's that way, you don't know how to really cap it off. But you do a great job. You seem to have been able to find that sweet spot. What has been the response to the book itself? What have people been saying? I know it's, sort of hot off the presses still, and congratulations on that.
Thank you.
What's it been like, and what's some of the feedback that you're getting from people who have had the chance to read, savor, and enjoy it?
Um, I have been most grateful to my family for supporting me through all of this throughout the past 3 years. And it was incredible seeing my family reading my book. I never thought it'd be able to happen. And people telling me how proud they are of me and how amazing it is. It's just so lovely. And it's such a great accomplishment for me. And I'm just so happy. And everyone's
That's
been incredibly supportive.
yeah. See, that's fantastic. And then have you had feedback coming in from readers, from folks who have read it, and whether it's online or whatever the case may be, because there is the audiobook as well, which I think is really, really cool. Have you been getting feedback from the public too, avid readers and fans?
A lot of my friends at school have been very influensive on some of my characters and my books throughout my writing. And they would always suggest, like, oh, Marina, can you base a character off me? Oh, no, you promised to do me as this character.
Oh, they want to be in it.
Yeah. And especially since I'm writing the sequel too, it's
Ooh.
a lot of ideas from lots of different people. Some of them I am trying to incorporate because I think they're great to have a different perspective. And of course, it can't just be your own because you know your story too well. And you have to have other people tell you when things don't make sense, even though they might make sense in your head.
Have you already started the other book? Is it already happening? A few words on paper now?
Yes, there is. It is in the writing process. I'm about 40% done, I think, so still quite a long way to go. And of course, there's still the editing part, but I'm very excited now that I'm experienced and I know the journey. I think it's going to be a lot easier this time around.
Who are some authors and writers and novelists that you have always enjoyed, that you have been inspired by and have favored over the years that you've done it?
One of the main reasons for me to write my book was because of my grandma. My grandma was an incredible woman. She used to read to me all the time. And my favorite books when I was little were some by Enid Blyton. And my favorite book when I was younger was The Faraway Tree. It was this incredible story. I loved it. It was just this idea of magic and all these characters and just this idea of just being in another world. I find it so fascinating. And forests are my favorite places. I think that they're some of the most beautiful places in the world. They hold so many secrets and they're just so magical.
Yes, and there's so much nature in there and mystery in there and living things, creatures, plants, and also, you walk through, there's different fragrances, the geography, topography changes, and also, the way the sun comes through the leaves, and just there's a lot to work with. And like you, I love the forest and nature. I also love, because we're here in the northeast of the United States, in the New York area, between New York and Boston, along the coast, and we are literally just a couple of blocks from the ocean. I also love the ocean. For me, the ocean is such a grounding life force. I love being barefoot on the sand. I love swimming in it, surfing it, boogie boarding it, sailing it, floating in it. It just is, you know what it is? Kind of like the forest. It's bigger than me. The forest is bigger than you and me. The ocean is bigger than you and me. And, it gives you such incredible energy. There's so much energy that comes from nature in that way. And you seem to be able to chime into that, huh? You feel that energy.
Yeah, everyone has their own place that just gives them a sense of relief, like their home but in nature. And for me, there are the forests in the countryside. I have a place in the countryside that used to go to when I was little. And I go on walks in the forest with my family, and it's just such an incredible area. And to make your book realistic, you have to base it off your own experiences. And for me, since I know that experience so well, that it was just so easy to describe.
One day we're going to have you on the show and you'll have written 50 books and you'll have a memoir.
Sure.
I don't doubt it. One of the viewers had asked that are watching live, and we welcome everybody. Marina Aerin Richardson is here, originally from London, England. She is right now on location in Mexico City, Mexico. And she's a wonderful author and novelist. And we are talking about this incredible book. And as you can see, she has much more in the offing, much more coming our way, which is really exciting. I know there's the audiobook too. Any thought to or hope down the line to turn this or anything else in the future into a film, a movie, something that's streaming or in the theaters or whatever it may be? Have you toyed with that idea too, or is that a dream and hope?
Um, well, yes, I've actually thought about it quite a lot and how amazing and incredible it would be. And I think it could be a possibility. I'm not so sure, but it'd be incredible if that was to happen. And I've watched all like the Harry Potter films and
Mm.
all these amazing, incredible books and that movies are based off. And I just think, what if I could be on there? And how incredible that would be.
Absolutely. Never say never, right? Never say never. You just do it. And how does it feel to be a published author? Some people, they don't do it as young as you've had this wonderful early opportunity in your life and your career to do it. Some do it many years later in their life. They always say, I'm going to write a book. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And then life gets in the way. I think the fact that you were able to take the time of the pandemic, I always whisper that, because you were able to, that's when we created this series too, working off my professional work in television and radio and stage and film. We created the Jim Master Show live talk show series. So you also use that time as a time of positivity and of light and creativity to express yourself and to write this book, which I think is absolutely fantastic. It's quite inspiring for others that you did it and have done it and accomplished it and mastered it at such an early age. It's fantastic. Like I said, some people never get a chance to do it. They always want to, but again, the things they have to tend to in life get in the way. They don't know how to write it. They don't know what to do, how to. So that's kind of exciting, huh?
Yeah. Um, I think I chose the best part of my life to be able to accomplish this because during lockdown, I was able to get the story straight and to just continue writing from there. And especially since I did it before my GCSEs and my A levels, it was just such a free time to be able to do this. And as you said, there was nothing in my way except for some schoolwork. And that was the best time I think I could have ever done it.
How has the school reacted? Classmates, teachers that know that you've written this book. What's been the reaction in school for you? I imagine it's probably pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, my lots of my friends have congratulated me, and some of them thought it was like, oh, it was this small little children's book, maybe like 3 pages long. But when they actually saw it, I could see it that they were very surprised, and I like to surprise people. It's just so fun to watch their faces as they see that my book is actually real.
That it's real, it's tangible, it's there. Of course, it's available on Amazon.com and Barnes and Noble and all the places where you can get books. It really is something kind of cool that you've been able to accomplish this. And you're in school, obviously. And do you have a vision? What are some of the things you're studying? And do you have an idea of once you finish with your schooling, what you'd like to do for a career? Do you want to be a professional author, novelist? Are there other things you're studying that interest you as well, Marina?
I have a lot of goals in life. After Victoria McKay, I want to write a murder mystery book, a murder mystery novel. I find the genre so interesting. And to be able to write something to that extent of planning, it takes so much time. And I just find it incredible. And I would love to be able to accomplish that. And after school, I found journalism so interesting to be able to travel everywhere and to learn about all these different cultures and all these different people. I am just been so interested by that from a young age, and I am just so excited to get into life and be able to accomplish my goals.
And you are how old right now?
I'm 13.
Did you hear what she said, folks? She's 13. You are very wise and you have an old soul and you have a wonderful way of thinking and also of expressing yourself, Marina. I think,
Thank you.
yeah, I think it's really extraordinary. And again, it's very inspiring, for others that might be out there that want to do it. Never say never. Get out there and believe in yourself, right?
Exactly. I think to be able to write a book, you have to have a very open mindset.
Yes.
And to be able to have that mindset, it's very difficult because, as I said, you have to give the creative control, you have to give your time. And it's very testing sometimes on your character to see if you have the patience to be able to write it. And I think that's really all you need to be able to do this. Anybody could write a book if they can put their mind to it.
You are right. That is exactly right. If you put your mind to it and you take the time, anybody can do it, as you have as well. Congratulations on this book. The Who is the reader? Did you have a reader in mind? Is there a certain age range? Is there a certain demographic for the book? Or would anybody enjoy it, Marina?
I would hope that anybody can enjoy it, but of course it's directed towards a specific age group, and that is from 8 to 12 because of its fantasy that I think that age group would particularly enjoy, and the characters and the comedy are more directed towards a younger audience.
I bet there's a lot of adults out there watching who love these kinds of books too, who secretly get them and read them and enjoy them. Especially now, our world is so upside down and crazy, and there's so much negativity. To have something that is so inspiring and youthful and fun and engaging and sort of draws you in, I think probably would be good for anybody. We could use a dose of your writing, and as we say here at the Jim Masters Show, levity, love and levity put together. Somehow I came up and slipped up and said that word, and all the viewers love it, and it's been fantastic. Maureen is watching in Arizona, USA, and she goes, "Okay, my mind is blown. What an incredible accomplishment for such a beautiful young lady. Congratulations, Marina." Merlin in Canada says she's 13. Wow. And they all agree. And Merlin is asking as well, would your next books be a series following the same theme? Like a series of books that are playing off each other and continuing, or individual books with different themes?
I think that Victoria McKay would be a two standing series, so two novels that follow the same storyline. And my sequel so far is picking straight up from where we left off. And I have a few twists in mind that I really want to incorporate in my sequel. And I think after this sequel, I think Victoria McKay will sadly be finished. But as I said, I would love to be able to write a murder mystery novel.
You heard it here first, folks. We have a graphic for that called a JMS exclusive. Marina, I know you're spending time with family, and it's a special time as you're, enjoying your time in beautiful Mexico City before you go back to school. Thanks so much for joining us on the show. It really was a treat, a delight, and a pleasure to meet you. And I wish you continued success in everything you're doing. And I wholeheartedly encourage our viewers watching around the world here on the Jim Masters Show Live to get your copy of Victoria McKay and the Kingdom of Creatures by our very special, delightful guest, Marina Aerin Richardson from London, England, but right now on location in Mexico City, Mexico. Holidays are coming up. A really nice gift for somebody that you care about, a young one in your life that you think maybe would really, really enjoy this, or maybe you want to read it to them as well. And there is the audiobook available too. I hope you enjoyed your time with me as much as I absolutely have with you, Marina. And you are welcome back to join us anytime you like here on the show. And we'll keep the porch light on for you, as we say. And it was a pleasure meeting you. And again, I hope you enjoyed the time with me as much as I absolutely have with you.
Thank you so much, Jim. This has been such an incredible experience. And I'm so happy for all the positive feedback that I've been getting. And I'm so grateful to all the people who are watching and to you for asking such incredible, amazing, insightful questions.
I appreciate that very, very much. Merlin in Ontario, Canada says, Marina, you are a lovety. See, you're a Gym Master Show lovety. How cool is that, huh?
Yes.
And all the viewers watching and commenting, want to let everybody know this episode will be archived for all to see on we're live right now, but if you came in late, you want to see it again, or you want to share it on social media and things of that nature, it'll be archived on our YouTube channel, Gym Masters TV. And while you're there, we would love it if you subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have just hit over 1,000 plus episodes of the Gym Masters Show Live Entertainment Lifestyle Celebrity Talk Show series in just 3.5 years, plus 1,000 guests and episodes and more. Incredible. Like, share, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and leave a comment for us as well. Coming to us live from beautiful Mexico City, Mexico. Marina, thanks so much for joining us. You be well. Enjoy the rest of the time you have with the family and your studies back in London and school. And let's stay in touch. We'll chat again real soon, okay?
Thank you so much, Jim. It's been so amazing.
Now, I want you to say my last name.
Bye, Gym Masters.
Masters. There we go. That's Masters, right. James Masters. If that doesn't sound British, I don't know what does. You be well, my friend. Take care. Congratulations on everything.
Thank you so much, Jim. Have a great day.
You too. Cheers.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Isn't she extraordinary? Right here on the Gym Masters Show Live Entertainment Lifestyle Celebrity Talk Show series. Wow. And to, like I said, I know it's blown you away that she's only 13. She sounds much, much more older in a very, very positive way. And she's just really got a terrific vision about life and about people and just the world. And she expresses that in such an extraordinary way in this book. Celebrated author and novelist. She created this for your enjoyment, folks. Victoria McKay and the Kingdom of Creatures. Now, in the earlier part of our broadcast, we told you a little bit about the book itself. So if you missed that, you can watch this again and you can hear some of the description of the book itself. But again, you can go to Amazon, Barnes & Noble. There's also the audiobook available as well, which is very, very cool. Marina Aerin Richardson joining us. Again, she's on holiday with family right now, and she's in Mexico City, Mexico. So the fact that she took time from, being with the family just to join us here on the show was something very, very special. We appreciate her doing that. And she's originally from London, England, and we appreciate her as well. So cool stuff. Very, very special. And Maureen in Arizona says, no doubt your future is bright. Marina, please come back again. Lovety hugs to you. Isn't that cool? Really love it. Gang, thanks so much for joining us here on the Gym Masters Show Live. We hope you enjoyed this episode. We have so many great guests, so many fantastic shows coming up. Again, you can binge watch our past episodes. We have guests that come in from all around the world, from Hollywood and Broadway, television, film, music, stage, culinary arts, sports, comedy, inspiration, authors, from everywhere. And our viewers come from all across America, Canada, all throughout North America, South America. If you're watching in Europe, we have a lot of fans in Europe, Africa, Asia, Australia, New Zealand. Spread the word about our show. Let everybody know that we're here. And come see us again on our YouTube channel, Gym Masters TV, home to the Gym Masters Show. We love you all. As we always say, be good to one another, take care of one another, and we hope you'll stop by again. Really, really fantastic. And yes, very sweet. Absolutely amazed that such a young lady could have authored such a cool book. Great show, Jim. Thank you. The pleasure is all mine. This is your host, Jim Masters. Thank you for your time this time. Till next time, again, like, comment, subscribe, share. It takes a village. We love all of the folks who have done that. Come see us again on the Jim Masters Show Live. I'll be here waiting for you with more great content and more great episodes. For all of us here, We love you. Be well, take care, and thanks for watching this episode of the Jim Masters Show Live. Cheers.